Good morning. Do you hear me? Okay. Thank you, first of all, for the invitation. I will put you first in the context. As Passant said, I'm the president of the German International University. I'm not Egyptian. I'm German-Tunisian. Thus, I did my studies in Kaiserslautern. I did my PhD and my habilitation at the Ludwig-Maximilians University in Munich. And I would love actually to put you into the context, because whenever we talk about Egypt, most of the people really do not know exactly the landscape of education there. Egypt, as well as the MENA region, consists of really a young and dynamic population. And we see it in the number of students joining universities. Thus, I will take as an example Egypt. In Egypt, we don't have a lot of universities compared to Germany. In Germany, we are having roughly 400 universities serving 2.8 million students. In Egypt, we are having only 90 universities. And these 90 universities, they are serving 3.6 million students at a time. And that's why we are talking about mega huge universities, which are actually state universities in Egypt. And that's why whenever you go to Germany, you get really confused about the different types of universities there. Thus, we have only 27 state universities. And the last few years, the last 20 years, 27 new private universities have been established just to support, let's say, the education in Egypt. And unfortunately, and fortunately for us, because the German University in Cairo, as well as the German International University, both of them are private universities, these universities are now leading the education in terms of quality. And I will talk later about, let's say, the reason about it. Thus, back then, in 2003, when I moved from Germany to Egypt, I was one of the co-founders of the first German university in Cairo. It was also constructed in the desert. 20 years, after 20 years, the university went from 0 to 15,000 students. And we are talking about undergrad students and for sure additional postgrad students in this case. 5 years ago, a new administrative capital has been established, and there was a wish from the president of the state to establish a second university in the new administrative capital. And here we go. We establish a second university. It's the German International University. And just to give you an idea about the explosion of numbers of students, we went actually within 4 years from 0 to 4,000 students. And if we talk about computer science, we started the first batch with 40 students. And currently, every year, we are actually having 400 students that are joining the Faculty of Informatics and Computer Science. Thus, roughly speaking, there is a huge initiative from the private sector as well as the government in order to develop a kind of a national strategy for AI. There is something called Egypt 2030. It has been put in 2016. And one of the objectives is actually to go into something called digital Egypt. And that's why the idea is that the government processes, all of them, they have to be automated using actually AI. And this needs a lot of support from, for sure, educational institutions in order, as Passant said before, in order actually to, let's say, develop the AI skills in the undergrad actually programs as well as in the postgrad programs. And that's why if we take a look at most of the universities that have been established lately, and again, we are talking about 27 new private universities, and in addition to that, 6 branch campuses, they have been established 3 years ago. Thus, these are actually branch campuses coming mainly from the UK and from Canada. And here, actually, the idea is just actually to offer the programs of the future. And that's why most of the universities, they are actually focusing on study programs in AI. Some of them are focusing in study programs in cybersecurity, in data science, but mainly actually most of the universities, they are actually offering a lot of courses in machine learning and programs actually in machine learning, but we can actually talk later about it. Thus, in a nutshell, there is a kind of a national strategy, and this was actually, let's say, put in the vision of Egypt 2023 in order actually to increase the development of AI into the GDP by $42.7 billion, okay, which corresponds to 7.7% from the overall GDP. That's actually the main idea is how can we support actually to have Egypt as one of the international hubs for AI, not only for Egypt, but for Africa as well as the MENA region. This is, in a nutshell, the introduction about, let's say, the contributions and the initiatives in Egypt and the MENA region.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Slim.